Welcome to Amanda Plays Games. We are playing today a new game. Just content warnings. It's a horror game. It has flickering images, so if anybody has motion sickness or maybe even epilepsy, be careful. And let me know if I need to disable it. So, this is called Slay the Princess. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There is no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. It's a love story. Intriguing. I've heard, well, I haven't heard anything personally about this, but it is really popular on Steam. The rating for it is overwhelmingly positive. All I know is that it's a story-based game. So, I don't know what the endings might be. But let's see what it's about. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods.
Okay.
And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Okay.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay. Oh.
You're here to slay her.
Oh.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. The end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you ever considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some kind of reward for doing this? Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Vive la révolution. Silently continue to the cabin, turn around and leave. Well, let's ask him what he's talking about.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world? If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not going to kill her. Do you have any evidence to back this up? Have you considered that maybe the illusion... Okay, so then we have the older versions here. Do you have any evidence?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Yeah, only I don't remember why I started out on this journey. If you're not going to tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not going to kill her.
She's not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out. Which she will, unless you do something about it.
But what does that mean? Yeah. What happens if she gets out then? I want specifics.
The more specifics you have, the harder it will be for you to do this very important job. She's a princess. People will listen to her, because listening to her is in their nature. And when they do, everything will come crashing down.
I don't agree with that statement. Because I feel like the more specifics I have, the easier it'll be for me to do what I need to do. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, and then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had a chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Well, I'm listening to you, and I don't know you at all.
Each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
I will.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Okay.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
It's not what I thought my voice would sound like, but I appreciate it.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay. Oh. I heard some whispering.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust.
Okay.
The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Well, I'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
See, in my hand, I've got it. Okay.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Wait a second, so you don't know if she's really here?
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It's me!
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi! Just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you? Question mark? Continue down the stairs. Let's not say anything. Let's just go.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
I don't trust either of you.
You walk down the
Hello?
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
I see that. Goodness.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Pretty people can be dangerous too, okay?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Maybe. What? No way. Why would you even think that? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. Nuh-uh-uh. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. I think I need to... Let's see. I think I need to turn down the music. Just a smidge. Holy moly. Okay. Should I talk to her at all, or should I just do what I need to do?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Uh-huh.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
I got a knife.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Look, you're not
She's
doing a
unarmed.
very good...
If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
So, maybe we should just do it at once the first time. And just straight up stab her. Which doesn't seem nice. But we'd have some answers here. Let's just stab her.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder,
Uh-huh.
do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Well, I would have
So,
thought.
she's convinced she can't die.
Okay.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. that arrogant look still plastered on her face.
Okay.
But is it over? Really over?
I noticed when I stabbed her, I mean, you can kind of see it on the cursor. I've got like a claw finger. I don't know if you can see that very well. But it looked like I'm a monster when I stabbed her. I had like scales and stuff on my arm. Of course it is. She's dead. I'm not sure. I feel like she has some kind of trick up her sleeve. Of course not. That was too easy. I feel like she has a
It's
trick.
over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there.
Well, she's not wearing long sleeves.
We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that.
Why? If you think she's dead so bad, then why shouldn't I touch her?
And why shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Says you. Let's check for a pulse.
You lean down and place
See?
your hand against
I got
her
like
neck,
monster arm.
holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one.
Okay.
We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question?
This music is not fun. I feel like something's going to happen.
Wait.
I
was
felt
that?
a pulse.
You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another,
Then you're a freaking liar.
and another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Oh man, she is a monster.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here.
Oh man. Oh man.
It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs.
No, don't stab
As you
me.
fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now. See you around.
Oh man.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate?
Because you lied to me.
It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you,
I don't like being lied to.
for whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ta-da! The end. Chapter 2, The Razor. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no. But I died. What am I doing here? She's going to kill me again. But I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
I feel like you're a freaking liar.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Voice of the cheated. I agree with that.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
That's what you
Yeah,
said last
that's
time.
exactly what you told us
Yeah.
last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
Mm-hmm.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all that really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Mm-hmm.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We mostly listened to you. How are we supposed to know she'd spring back to life? If she sprung back to life in this hypothetical scenario, then clearly you didn't slay her. But congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
So this is a
What do
second
you mean?
time around.
Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Good questions.
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
Okay.
Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save ourselves and just get out of here.
At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize that everything and everyone includes you, right? If you turn around and leave, you're dooming yourself as well as everyone else. We were so close to finishing the job last time. She can't get the jump on us twice. If we're careful, we should be fine. That's the spirit.
Okay.
Just keep that stiff upper lip, and you'll save the world in no time at all.
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
We killed each other last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again? Who locked her in that basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
If anyone's special here, it's her. Last I checked, we can't get up from a knife in the chest.
You're being cagey. Why aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
Says you.
You didn't tell us about her knife last time, though.
That's because she's unarmed. And more than that, it's because there wasn't a last time.
Well, you're a liar. We killed each other last time around. How can I make sure it doesn't happen
Like
again?
I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Oh, and don't get stabbed while you're at it.
Fine. All she did last time around was stab me to death. How could someone like that end the world?
She just can. But she's still only a princess. You're fully up to the task you've been given, so long as you remember that.
Fine.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Okay, so let's go inside. This time, we'll just... one after the other.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and
That
broken
doesn't look
boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's definitely a
sorry.
mirror.
Yep.
There isn't.
Yeah, there is, right here.
Can
in
you
front of me.
two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in here without all of this extra noise.
I care about whether I'm being lied to. I care. I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. You're right, it doesn't matter. Remain silent. Approach the mirror. Let's just do it.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago.
And now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
I guess we'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
I guess we'll do...
The
Everything
door to the
looks
basement
bad.
creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall.
Yeah, it doesn't look good here.
The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah.
She thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step,
Well, this
the
doesn't
form
look
of the
good.
princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
Okay.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
True.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
If I come close to you, you're just going to stab me, aren't you? Remember what happened last time? I know you have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it. So let's not talk to her at all. And just do it.
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room.
Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second.
Okay.
But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of
Did
metal
she get me again?
slicing through meat.
Whose meat? Not ours, right?
I think...
Hers, at first. Then yours.
Dua.
Hehe.
How? What did she even hit us with?
You stare down at your chest.
Son of a
and at the
gun.
long, thin blade she impaled you with.
You said she didn't have a weapon.
And then the red,
Ugh.
angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago. It's still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb.
Gross.
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
You're going to die now.
Thanks, honey.
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Gosh dang it. He lies to us. Too much.
You're on a path in the woods. No,
No,
fuck
we're not.
that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp.
There we go.
A constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
I feel dizzy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
Uh-huh.
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Who is the voice of the hunted?
Good. It's better that way. Without a fight, no one can win. And if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning.
Okay, voice of stubborn.
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third?
And every time you've lied to us, Mr.
No
Narrator.
wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right?
No, because you don't tell me anything.
That can't be right, that's too much responsibility.
Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
Okay.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
We will win eventually. Hell, we might even win now.
That's a fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one. I'd love to
Okay.
get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right?
But there isn't a door.
There
There's
isn't a
just
door,
a
it's just
mirror.
that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
If it's in our way, let's just break it and move on.
Approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
I'm confused. I'm interested.
Reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open.
Eventually, it's going to show us what we
And the
wanna
mirror's
see.
gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before, and I care about it even less now.
Guess it's
Okay.
time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
I don't trust you. You've lied to us.
You step forward,
Oh.
but you don't get a chance to linger on the
Oh.
basement stairs.
Oh.
They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Are we okay?
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
Okay, good.
But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down easy again.
Pride makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Okay.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it.
I mean, that's
We
true.
just need to find a way to win once. Nothing bad has come of it yet. Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered. The past isn't real. There's
Okay.
only here and now. Your
Oh, jeez.
internal bickering
Oh,
is cut
jeez.
short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
That's not
She's
good.
loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit.
Ah.
She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
We're going to fight her again, and we're going to have a stiff upper lip about it. Okay. I'm gonna try flirting with her. She wins by killing us, right? So let's beat her to it. All of these ideas suck. Think of something better.
Yeah, that's right. We just have to think. There's probably an answer if we think.
Just standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
Yeah.
You don't have time to finish your thought. In a moment, she's across the room, blades flashing in the dim starlight. She skewers you.
Yeah, I figured.
Ow. What a surprise.
Yeah, I'm with the voice of the cheated here.
Yeah, we don't even get a second to think without her stabbing us. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
Well, I'm in front of the princess with her blady arms.
I don't like that we died without us knowing it. This really, really blurs some lines that I prefer not to be blurred. Are we still dead? Are we alive again? How are we even supposed to know the difference?
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead.
Yeah, let's just
This
stab
is all
her.
horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
Like 7
This
bazillion
is
now.
4.
Okay, 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
Well, thanks.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
Okay.
We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us. All we need is to keep fighting. Yeah, I'll pass on that.
As long as we keep moving.
Come on, show me something new.
I'd love to.
Okay, plan now.
Skeptic. Okay, so what are our options? We're going to fight her again, and we're going to have a stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it. We're going to appeal to her authority, puff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't talk this out. We're going to unconditionally surrender. Well, that's easy. I'm going to try flirting with her. She has swords for arms, and we don't. We're panicking. She wins by killing us, right? So let's beat her to it. I guess let's try the first one. Fight her. It doesn't work, and she kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of conflict that transpires.
She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels.
She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought.
The voice of the contrarian.
What's the point? It's all the same.
Aw.
She skewers you.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman. She skewers you.
Oh, she doesn't like the compliment.
You're cute.
Oh, thank you.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
Okay.
We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need.
Okay.
Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She
Opportunist.
skewers you.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay. Mutually assured destruction.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good.
and our steel claw is already in our hand.
Okay.
Oh, what if we throw it out the window?
Do what?
Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Aw.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman? Sure, I can think of a better way to die.
Me too.
Yeah, they're all the same, really.
I mean, that is true
How
too.
about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top.
There you
There
go.
are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... Yeah, leave
Oops.
it to the pros.
Sorry.
We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
There we go.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure you don't want me to describe the stairs?
No.
Or this room, or
Nuh-uh.
anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
No, we're
Don't
fine.
care, just want to win.
Yeah, we're good.
Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
We know, we're here.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again?
Uh-huh.
I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together.
How did that make you feel?
But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me.
Okay.
It's good even. I like that.
Okay.
I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Sure.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now?
Yeah,
Well,
please.
yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Okay.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin
Oh,
twists,
no.
splitting into red blooms of raw meat as
Ugh.
it stretches and tears. And then it erupts.
You're a freaking liar. You said she wasn't a monster. You said she was just a normal princess.
She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a...
Are you ready for
Oh,
what
sorry.
comes next?
Holy shit! She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine.
He really likes this.
Yes, behold the perfect woman.
The stubborn fell for her too?
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
Maybe.
That looked painful.
It certainly did.
How is she still alive?
Well,
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
poor Broken.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
This
All right,
is all
sir.
just
Alright,
What just happened? It's so quiet.
I don't like listening to them all going. Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
I want to stab her in the heart. You do not act, and yet through that inaction, your body moves on its own. The princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Thank you. Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There's only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and her strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. You do not get to see each other die. Something has taken her away and has left something else in her place. You do so. Silence as you reach toward the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. Yeah, it's you. I see. Kind of figured. You alone in that empty. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Okay. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know what that means. Solitary lights, what do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
Okay. What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy.
Okay.
She will make for an indomitable heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Okay. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
Okay.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
That is a good point. Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Okay. Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Sometimes. Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Okay.
Bring me more perspectives so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you afraid? Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
It's a true point. How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Okay. How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find.
Okay.
I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Okay. And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Oh, everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 1, the hero and the present. Bring the razor full to her, a sharp
You're
vessel.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or R1 on your controller. The end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Oops. Unless I do my job and slay her. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
You don't know that?
I mean, maybe some people do. Nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
You don't know? Let's see. What if I turn around and leave?
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope. Okay, fine, you're persistent. I'll go to the cabin and slay the princess. Ugh. Okay, fine. I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her, maybe I won't. I guess we'll see. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. Like I said, I'm pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of our new dawn beyond our own. Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Let's just do a nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
I don't care. I'm not killing a princess. Good. Maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this. Quietly continue down the path. You're not gonna emotionally blackmail me.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
Well, I don't.
But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came.
And then probably still end up at the cabin.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh yeah, well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Okay.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Okay.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin.
Oh, look
An
up
infinite
here.
fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
So, it doesn't matter if she comes out of the basement or not, because I didn't let her out. The stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Back here.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no. You weren't kidding. She actually entered the world last time, didn't she? What is she? You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. But I died. The whole world ended. What am I doing here? Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure
These
those
ones.
walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Ah, contrarian.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Yep, okay, headed to the cabin right now, where I'm definitely going to slay the princess. But that's a lie. Silently proceed to the cabin. If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever. Stay in the woods forever.
Oh, that's clever. A little boring, though. It's extremely boring. Can we really do that? Can we really just do nothing?
I mean, sure.
No, you can't just do nothing. You have to do something.
I agree to disagree.
Alright, so it's decided. Even if it's boring, we're going to do nothing. Forever.
There you go, buddy.
Congratulations, you continue to waste everyone's time and do nothing.
Oh, look.
Wait, can you still hear me? Everything's getting fuzzy.
What is that weird feeling?
Oh.
It's like I'm barely even here anymore.
Well, it's not nothing, that's for sure. Does that mean we messed up?
Ooh, the Blade Lady is swallowing us back up. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by textured nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. There are distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You're no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There's only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I'm your only salvation. I am our only salvation. Denial. Return to your destined path or face the consequences.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Intriguing. So we're gonna save it. Okay. And I think that'll be it for this first episode. We are going to explore a bit more of it. Because I'm intrigued, but I think that's it for this episode. So, thank you, everyone and anyone who is watching. See you in the next episode and see where this takes us. Bye-bye.